echoes through every home, every heart, from the streets.
Good afternoon. Here is iPower 102.7 FM leading news. I am Florence E. Barima. First headlines. Ondo encouraged exclusive breastfeeding. Minister calls for calm after Abuja earth tremor. On the foreign scene, fake judges arrested over alleged fraud in Egypt. In sport, Commonwealth Games, athletes, please. Details of these and more in a moment. Please stay tuned. Glad to have you back. Now the news in detail, starting from the home front. The Ondo State Government has urged nursing mothers to exclusively breastfeed their babies for the first 6 months of life, describing breastfeeding as the safest and most complete source of nutrition for infants. The Commissioner for Health, Dr. Banji Ajaka, made the appeal during the 2026 World Breastfeeding Week celebration at the State Specialist Hospital, Okearu, Akure. He said exclusive breastfeeding strengthens the baby's immune system, promotes healthy growth, and also reduce the risk of breast and ovarian cancer in mothers. He called on families, employers, and communities to create a supportive environment for breastfeeding mothers while reaffirming the government's commitment to improving maternal and child care. Also speaking, representatives and other health professionals emphasized that breast milk should be the only food given to babies during their first 6 months of life, in line with the CS theme, breastfeeding for a sustainable start in life. Away from Ondo State and now to Osun State, the coalition of pro-democracy organization has condemned the alleged freezing of Osun State government bank account by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), describing the move as an assault on democracy ahead of the August 15 governorship election. In a statement, the coalition alleged that the action was politically motivated and could affect governance and the electoral process in the state. It argued that the timing of the alleged account freeze raises concern about the neutrality of peaceful protest by pro-democracy group, labor activists, students, and youth organizations. The coalition also urged the international community, including the African Union, ECOWAS, the Commonwealth, and election observers to monitor development in Osun State ahead of the governorship poll. Meanwhile, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) says it froze the bank account of the Osun State government to prevent the alleged diversion of public funds. In a statement, the Commission said it has been investigating the state government since March 2026 over the alleged fraudulent handling of ecologic funds, intervention funds, and Federal Account Allocations Committee (FAAC) allocations totaling 11 billion naira. The EFCC said the decision to place a post-no debit order followed the detection of what it described as a suspicion transfer of large sum of money from the state account to various corporate entities from August 2nd. The Commission maintained that the action was taken to protect public funds and was not connected to the August 15 Osun State governorship election. It added that other states are also under financial scrutiny as part of its anti-corruption mandates. Now to Oyo State, the Oyo State government has announced the commencement of house-to-house enforcement on its mandatory waste bin policy, giving residents and property owners until September 1st, 2026 to comply. The Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources, Honorable Ademola Aderito, said every residential and commercial property must provide designated waste bin suitable for the size of the building, the number of occupants, and the volume of waste generated. The government directed residents and remain up to date with monthly waste disposal payments and keep their environment clean. The government warned that anyone found using unauthorized waste contractors or disposing of refuse illegally will face sanction when enforcement begins on September 1st. The Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Dele Alake, has urged residents of the Federal Capital Territory to remain calm following the minor earth tremor recorded in Abuja. The minister directed the Nigerian Ecological Survey Agency to provide hours update on seismic activities for continuous monitoring and possible escalation to relevant agencies. In a statement, the minister said proactive measures have been put in place to protect lives and properties while assuring residents that there is no cause for panic. The Nigerian Ecological Survey Agency said the minor earth tremor was detected at about 11 a.m. on Tuesday, August 4th, in the Federal Capital Territory. This media news is coming to you from iPower 102.7 FM in Murile, Owo. Still to come on the foreign scene, fake judges arrested over fraud in Egypt. And in sport, Commonwealth Games athletes flee.
Whether you're tuning in for breaking news, in-depth analysis, or community updates, High Power 102.7 FM remains your most trusted source. Because when it comes to news, the truth matters. High Power FM 102.7.
Glad to have you back. To be a part of our program, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok at iPower1027FM. We are also on Radio Garden. Now to the foreign scene. Egyptian authorities have arrested several people over the alleged fraud scheme involving suspects who pose as judges to defraud members of the public. The Interior Minister said the main suspect, an unemployed man and a student, allegedly created fake court scenes and impersonated a judge on social media to convince victims they could secure government housing allocations in exchange for money. Investigators said the suspect confessed to forming a criminal gang and staging the fake court proceedings with the assistance of others. Police also recovered firearms, a judicial sash, and fake identity card during the investigation. Several other suspects, including some court employees, have been detained as authorities continue their investigation. Iran says it has reached an agreement with Oman on a proposed shipping route through the Strait of Hormuz, with officials saying the arrangement is in its final stages. Iran's foreign minister said the agreement involves the geological route for shipping, but one that safe navigation cannot be generated, blaming continuing tension and the presence of United States naval force in the area. The Strait of Hormuz, which carries about 20% of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas shipment, has been severely disrupted since the conflict between Iran the United States and Israel escalated early this year. Meanwhile, global oil price edged lower following the announcement as marketers responded to hopes that shipping through the strategic waterway, several athletes who took part in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow have been reported missing after failing to return home with their national teams. Police Scotland said it had received report of a number of athletes who were unaccounted for and that investigations are underway in collaboration with the UK Home Office to establish the circumstances of their disappearance. Boxer were among those who failed to travel home. One of the Uganda athletes was quoted as saying the group intends to seek an asylum in Scotland and continue their boxing career. Similar incidents were recorded after previous Commonwealth Games, including the 2014 edition in Glasgow, when a number of athletes also failed to return to their home countries. To end iPower 102.7 FM Midday News, let us take another look at the main points. We told you in the course of the bulletin that the Ondo State government has urged nursing mothers to exclusively breastfeed their babies for the first 6 months of life, describing breast milk as the safest and most complete source of nutrition for infants. We equally informed you that the Minister of Solid Material Development, Dele Alake, has urged residents of the Federal Capital Territory to remain calm following a minor earth tremor recorded in Abuja. On the foreign scene, we informed you that Egyptian authorities have arrested several people over alleged fraud scheme involving suspects who pose as charges to defraud members of the public. And in sports, several athletes who took part in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow have been reported missing after failing to return home to their national teams. And that was the iPower 102.7 FM Midday News, edited by Alaba Adeyemi. I am Florence Ibarima. Many thanks for listening. Good afternoon.
ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí tí kò ní tàbí ṣùgbọ́n ojúlówó ìròyìn láti ìkànnì iPower 102.7 èmùrí òwò ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́.
ìròyìn láti ìkànnì iPower 102.7 FM.
ẹ káàsán àsìkò iṣẹ́ látàárọ̀ ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí ló ń dé sétí gbọ̀yìn láti ìkànnì iPower 102.7 FM èmùrè ilé ọ̀wọ̀ olúwatóbi okùnọlá lóníròyìn yìí ṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òmóòyò tó lákàkì nínú ìròyìn náà. ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo gba àwọn ìyá nímọ̀ràn láti máa fún àwọn ọmọ lọ́mú fún oṣù 6 tó péye. mínísítà rọ àwọn olùgbé ìlú Àbújá láti fọkàn balẹ̀ lórí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ láabi kan tó wáyé. nínú ìròyìn ilẹ̀ òkèrè ọwọ́ òfin mú àwọn adájọ́ ayédèrú lórílẹ̀‐èdè Egypt. nínú ìròyìn eré ìdárayá lára àwọn eléré ìdíje Commonwealth dàwátì lẹ́yìn ìdíje ọ̀hún wọ̀nyí ni àwọn ìròyìn àti àwọn mìíràn tá a mọ̀ mọ́ wá sétí ìgbọ̀nyín láìpẹ́ ẹ má yí kúrò ńbẹ̀ à ń padà bọ̀. ìròyìn náà rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo. ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo ti gba àwọn ìyá nímọ̀ràn láti máa fún àwọn ọmọ lọ́mú dáadáa fún oṣù mẹ́fà àkọ́kọ́ tán bá dé ilé ayé. wọ́n ṣàlàyé wípé oúnjẹ àyà obìnrin jẹ́ ohun tó péye jùlọ tí ó sì dáàbò bo àwọn ọmọ jùlọ. ẹni tó jẹ́ kọmíṣánná fún ètò ìlera ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo dókítà Banji Àjàká ló pe àkíyèsí àwọn ìyá ní ìgbà tí wọ́n ṣe ayẹyẹ ọ̀sẹ̀ ìtọ́jú ọmú lágbàáyé fún ti tọdún yìí tó ìgbésẹ̀ náà wáyé ní èlò Àkúrẹ́ nílé ìwòsàn gbogbogbò tó wà ní Òkè Àrò. Àjàká ṣàlàyé wípé fúnfún ọmọ lọ́mú fún oṣù mẹ́fà máa ń fún ọmọ ní agbára ó tún máa ń jẹ́ kí ọmọ dàgbà dáadáa ó sì tún máa ń dín ewu àrùn jẹjẹrẹ nínú ọmú. wàyí o dókítà Àjàká rọ àwọn ẹbí àwùjọ lápapọ̀ láti máa gbà kọjá lọ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. àgbáríjọpọ̀ àjọ tó ń jà fún ìjọba tiwantiwa ti bu ẹnu àtẹ́ lu àjọ EFCC látàrí bí wọ́n ṣe fagilé àsùnwọ̀n ilé ìfowópamọ́ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun tí wọ́n sì ṣàpèjúwe ìjú ètò ìdìbò sípò gómìnà tí yóò wáyé lọ́jọ́ 15 oṣù yìí. nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tí àjọ náà fi síta wọ́n ṣàlàyé wípé ìgbésẹ̀ náà yóò dín ìṣèjọba àwa ara wa kù pàápàá jùlọ yóò ṣe ìpalára fún ìṣèjọba rere tó ń lọ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. wàyí o àjọ ọ̀hún ti wá fún àjọ EFCC ní wákàtí 48 láti yọ ọwọ́ wọn kúrò lórí ìgbésẹ̀ náà. wọ́n ní bí àjọ EFCC bá kọtí ọ̀gbìn sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àti àwọn ọ̀dọ́ yóò ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn alálàáfíà káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. ní báyìí àjọ tó mójútó ìṣòwò èlò báṣubàṣu àti ẹ̀sùn mìíràn ti ṣàlàyé èdè tí wọ́n fi gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé àsùnwọ̀n ilé ìfowópamọ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tí àjọ EFCC kọ wọ́n ṣàlàyé wípé láti oṣù kẹta ọdún 2026 ni wọ́n ti ń ṣe ìwádìí lórí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ náà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ owó ìrànlọ́wọ́ tí owó ọ̀hún jẹ́ bílíọ̀nù 11 náírà. wàyí o wọ́n ṣàlàyé wípé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ń lo owó ọ̀hún lọ́nà àìtọ́. wọ́n ní ìgbésẹ̀ náà jẹ́ láti dáàbò bo owó ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ náà tí wọ́n sì sọ wípé kò ní í ṣe nítorí ètò ìdìbò sípò gómìnà eléyìí tí yóò wáyé èèyàn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun nínú oṣù tí a wà yìí. kọjá lọ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti kéde wípé àwọn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pa á ní dandan fún àwọn ènìyàn láti máa lo àpótí ìdọ̀tí káàkiri ilé ìtajà àti bí àwọn ibi tó ṣe kó tí kò bá tẹ̀lé àṣẹ tí wọ́n pa àwọn fún wọn de ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún tí a wà yìí láti tẹ̀lé ìlànà náà. ẹni tó jẹ́ kọmíṣánná fún ètò àyíká àti àwọn ohun àlùmọ́nì ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adémọ́lá Adérìntàn sọ wípé gbogbo ilé ìtajà ló gbọ́dọ̀ ní àti ilé-iṣẹ́ láti máa kó ìdọ̀tí wọn fún ilé-iṣẹ́ ìjọba tí wọ́n fọwọ́ sí i. kọjá lọ sí ìlú Àbújá mínísítà fún ìdàgbàsókè ohun àlùmọ́nì Délé Aláké ti rọ àwọn olùgbé olú ìlú ilẹ̀ wa wípé kí wọ́n fọkàn balẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ilẹ̀ rúrú ilé tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní agbègbè náà. Aláké ṣàlàyé wípé òun ti pàṣẹ fún àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ tọ́rọ̀ kàn lórí ìpè pàjáwìrì láti ṣe ìwádìí lórí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan, iléeṣẹ́ náà sọ wípé wọ́n ti gbé gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ láti dá pé kò sí ohun tí yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ àbí ohun búburú kan tí yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn. Ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí lẹ́sìn tẹ́tí sí láti ìkànnì Hyper 102.7 FM. Ǹjẹ́ bí a bá. Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà. Ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí tọ̀sán ní sí ń tẹ̀sí ọwọ́ iwájú láti máa tẹ̀lé wa àti láti máa wò wá ketekete lórí àwọn ìkànnì ayélujára wa. Ẹ lè darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ìkànnì Facebook 7 FM. Bákan náà a wà ní ẹ̀rọ Radio Garden. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ìròyìn ilẹ̀ òkèrè. Àwọn aláṣẹ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Egypt ti fọwọ́ òfin mú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn lórí ẹ̀sùn ìwà jìbìtì lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n fi ẹ̀sùn kàn wọ́n wípé wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ ibi adájọ́ láti tan àwọn aráàlú jẹ. Iléeṣẹ́ tó ń bójútó ààbò lórílẹ̀‐èdè náà sọ wípé adájọ́ lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára láti ilé tún ilé ẹjọ́ ọ̀hún láti fi lo jìbìtì. Bákan náà nínú ìròyìn ilẹ̀ òkèrè, orílẹ̀-èdè Iran sọ wípé àwọn ti fi ohun ṣọ̀kan papọ̀ pẹ̀lú orílẹ̀-èdè Oman lórí ọ̀nà ọkọ̀ ojú omi tuntun nípasẹ̀ ojú omi Anzo. Wọ́n sì ṣàlàyé wípé gbogbo ètò ti tò kalẹ̀ lórí ìlànà tí wọ́n lò. Iléeṣẹ́ tó ń bójútó ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ òkèrè torílẹ̀-èdè Iran sọ wípé àdéhùn náà jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn tí wọ́n ti là kalẹ̀ eléyìí tí wọ́n tẹ̀lé. Ìròyìn eré ìdárayá. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn eléré ìdárayá tó kópa nínú ìdíje Commonwealth nílùú Glasgow ni wọ́n ti dàwátì lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n kópa nínú ìdíje ọ̀hún fún orílẹ̀-èdè wọn. Àwọn agbófinró sọ wípé wọ́n ti gba àwọn àkọsílẹ̀ nípa àwọn eléré kan tí wọ́n kò mọ ibi tí wọ́n ti wá. Wọ́n sọ wípé àwọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìwádìí láti mọ ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìròyìn fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ mẹ́rin nínú ikọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Uganda àti akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ oníṣègùn kan láti orílẹ̀-èdè Pakistan wà lára àwọn tí wọ́n dàwátì lórílẹ̀-èdè náà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a tó fi gígùn ìròyìn ọjọ́. Àfitòyìn létí pé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo ti gba àwọn ìyá nímọ̀ràn láti máa fún àwọn ọmọ lọ́mú dáadáa fún oṣù 6 àkọ́kọ́ tí wọ́n bá